Welcome back to this episode of Inside Tulsa Athletics. Today's show, we will feature our bike club, which has been a great partner. 4 of our golf coaches, our first year AD at Hale, and also the new head football coach at East Central. Stay tuned and we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to this episode of Inside Tulsa Athletics, and our guest today is Kara Hayter of the Bike Club. And
Yes.
The Bike Club has been something that has grown unbelievably, really, in the 10 years that it's been in Tulsa Public Schools. You said 28, and if you count the tech, 38?
We have 35 schools.
35,
Yeah, if you
yeah.
count bike tech, yeah.
Yeah, that's really neat. The bike tech thing, when it went in, was really a good thing because it gives kids an opportunity to have at least a certificate that they could do a job
Yes,
when they graduate from high school.
they
And,
can, yeah. It's pretty amazing. And we have, it's at the Met, and it's with 10th graders. So
Yeah,
it's very neat to have the certificate that they get at the
Sure.
end of it.
yeah. As you look at the bike club over the years, are you satisfied with the growth and the partnership with Tulsa Public?
Oh, yes, 100%. It's been great being able to, we're in the old Remington Elementary School building, and so we're able to really be immersed in Tulsa Public Schools, which has been a fantastic partnership.
That's good.
Yeah.
As you look at this year, you always have special events. What are some of your special events for this year?
Yeah, so this year on May 8th, we're going to have a bike club rally. So all 28 of our elementary schools are going to be able to join together and get to see each of the other schools and who are participating. A lot of our schools don't get to see the other bike clubs, and so it's really fun for all the 4th and 5th graders to come in and get to see each other and get to ride together. We'll start at the USA BMX headquarters in Tulsa, and we get to ride 4.3 miles to the gathering place. So the youth really have an opportunity to go on this kind of adventure and this capstone project.
Sure. And with people that they haven't known before, but are in the same program.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's neat. That is really neat. And how many kids will be involved in that?
In the bike rally, there's around 500. So it's
my
getting
goodness.
close to 500 kids, yes. And so the growth has, we started at one school, Jimmerson Elementary, and now we're up to 28 elementary schools with an average of about 16 to 20 kids per site. So,
Yeah, that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. In the next segment, we'll talk about how you get that equipment and everything. I think that's important for people to know. But as you look at the enthusiasm for the kids really enjoy, don't they?
they really do. We do a survey at the end of the year, and they love the volunteers that work with them, the adult mentors, and they really enjoy having that time outside. They feel a sense of freedom.
I like that there's an academic part of being a
Yes.
part of the bike club. Can
Yes.
you tell us about that?
Yeah, so actually from studies and data that we've collected with Bike Club, we find out that the youth that are in Bike Club come to school more often. And we give them a way of transportation as well. So if they have a bike and they want to ride to school, they can get to school that way instead of having to walk. So attendance really is one of the things that we're really great at with Bike Club and our students.
I think that's really good because I have always supported education-based athletics. If you don't have a reason to keep a kid in school, you can find one.
Right.
And every kid likes something. And
Yes.
so, well, I want you to come back for another segment and we can talk about this.
That'd be perfect.
We'll be right back with Kara Hayter.
Hey Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is facing off against a tough competitor, plastic.
Don't trust those numbers on the bottom. You have to stick to what you know. Only bottles and jugs found in the kitchen, bath, or laundry. They're quick to pick up. And empty those bottles before sinking that shot.
Always empty your bottles before recycling. Score big by recycling your plastic bottles and jugs. Learn more at tulsarecycles.com.
I love Will Rogers Athletics because it helped me physically, spiritually, and emotionally through all the journeys I've been through at that school. All of the support staff helped me a lot, and it's just an amazing school.
Athletics at Will Rogers changed my life because it became a second family. With the support of my coaches and teammates, it's helped me gain confidence, work as a team, and will help me in college and in life.
Welcome back. We have Kara Hayter still here with us, and we're going to talk about some things in the bike club that a lot of people may not know. Bike club, you got to have bikes.
We do. We have to have bikes.
How do you get those bikes?
So our bikes are privately funded. So we have a lot of funders that are really supporting Tulsa and the youth in Tulsa to be able to provide them with this, equipment. Not only the bike, but also helmets and a water bottle and a safety vest. So we want to make sure that our students are not only being able to have that exercise and that outdoor time, but also in a safe way.
Procuring the bikes every year has got to be a little bit of a task. Do they stay at the individual schools? They
do. So we do have our office at Remington. We do have the gym that we keep some of the bikes in, but for the main part, they are at the schools for the schools to be able to use. And we do move them around. We want to make sure that our all the bikes are kept well, that we are keeping them mechanically functional. And so we do work on them. We have 2 men in a truck. They come and they'll pick all the bikes up and we can work on them at our facility and then we bring them back to the schools.
Is that MET? And the kids are getting a certificate to be a bike mechanic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so at the MET, we do have the program for bike mechanics, and they do get a bike at the end. So they get to build their own bike, and then they get to take it home, which is really amazing.
Oh, they build their own bike?
Yes, they do.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's good. As you look at the future of Bike Club, how does it look in TPS?
I think the future looks great. So we have a lot of folks that really want Bike Club, and so all they have to do is go through the Tulsa Athletics Department. And once we get the okay, we get to put more bikes into more schools, which is really amazing.
That is amazing. And that's through private funding.
Mm-hmm. Private funding, yes.
The Bike Club has fundraisers.
We do. We have fundraisers, and it's mostly, we just have a really great team that goes around and tells our story. So Bike Club's a very amazing, we have a lot of great stories that come out of it, of youth that it impacts.
That's the whole thing in raising money is telling stories.
Yes, it is.
I learned that a long time ago. As you prepare for this big event, now that's 500 kids on the road. That's a pretty big deal.
Yes, and we do have great partners helping us. We have the Tulsa Police Department is going to help us close some roads down. We'll be going through downtown Tulsa and then hitting Riverside Trail. River Parks is helping us with the trails that day. And then we have USA BMX. That's going to be kind of the hub that we get to start at, and then Gathering Place will be where we end. We'll get to have lunch there and ice cream, and the kids just really enjoy it. And I will say the volunteers really enjoy it too.
How long do you think they'll take them to go 4 miles?
It depends on the school. We have some that are pretty quick right now, but it can take 30 minutes. It's not too long. It depends on how many times they stop.
Yeah. What other big things do you think are on the horizon for Bike Club?
I would say that we have a great summer program. We usually work with other partners. So this summer we're going to be working with the Zone and Common Good and Tulsa Parks. So really just the great collaborations that we have in the Tulsa community really helps us continue to grow.
Have you found it hard to raise money?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
And that's pretty good with the pandemic and everything else that's going on.
Yes, I think the pandemic showed that outside time is also worthwhile for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
Well, Kara, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that the program is flourishing, it looks like, and that's really good for our kids.
It really is.
And learning bike safety and the rules of the road and everything has got to be a positive.
It is, definitely.
Well, thank you guys for what you do.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
When we come back, we'll have Michael Parish, the head boys golf coach and basketball coach from East Central.
Hey, Tulsa, we have a crushing recycle play of the day for you. Team Johnson versus paper and cardboard.
They're starting off slow today, probably trying to figure out what to do with those styrofoam plates, since they're not recyclable.
There's the big play we were waiting for. Boom! Completely empty cardboard boxes dunked in the cart. Score big by recycling your cardboard and paper. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Nathan Hale's means that you have to be consistent, outgoing, and be dedicated because students at Nathan Hale look up to the football team.
Being an athlete at Nathan Hale has taught me to be confident and disciplined and always to be open-minded and always ready to work with people no matter how difficult it is.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Our next guest is the head golf coach, who also is the head boys basketball coach at East Central, Michael Parish. Michael, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Gil.
Golf season is precarious in Oklahoma because of the weather.
Weather, yes, sir.
And you don't know if you're going to play every day. You probably won't play every day in a week. And just getting the schedule in is usually sometimes very difficult. So how do you handle that?
You have to be flexible. Golfers are pretty good about the weather and knowing how to prep their bag with gloves, with towels, extra towels, trying to keep their equipment dry. And you have to try and play in it some to have some experience in it. If there's no lightning and it's just raining, they still expect to play.
Oh, yeah.
So that type of stuff, and trying to start a new program and teaching these kids how to pack a bag, how many balls to put in, take an extra, glove in case your glove tears. That type of stuff is what we're trying to teach the beginners.
Yep. So what is your normal tournament day like as the coach?
Well, we just started our East Central Cardinal Classic this year, and we were fortunate enough to have it full of teams. So we were able to raise some money for East Central Golf, the new programs. And the normal day, you would get there early. The players get there, get their range balls to go to the range, start getting loosened up. Then you have the coaches meeting to inform them of all the particulars of the day, what the tournament limit is, where the drop zones are, that type of stuff. And then
where the hospitality room is.
Right. Well, you want to go to Coach Deneen's tournament. He has the best hospitality.
There you
go. He spends a lot of the night before cooking food. So, yeah. But you're really dependent on the weather. And so hopefully on those days it's a pretty day. Some days it's rainy, windy. And in the spring, these kids have to deal with a lot of the weather and just the ground, the moisture in the ground, and how to manage that, duffing and handling moisture, wet areas. So it's just trying to teach kids how to play golf.
Yeah. The other part of that that we always struggled with, even at the collegiate level, was being out of school. Because the tournaments are Monday and Tuesday, because that's when some of the courses are closed on Monday. And so you have access all day. You can play 36 on the first day, but is that still an issue?
Absolutely. I think some of the schools would love to have these tournaments on the weekends, But what they don't understand is these courses have to survive, and they have to, have their paying players that pay on the weekends. So, yes, the weekdays are the tournaments, and you can play a lot during the day, that particular day. But the kids miss school. So some days when we come back from a tournament, the next day may not be practice. It might be doing makeup work, tutoring, some of that stuff. So making sure these kids don't miss so much school that their grades suffer.
Right.
And still yet having enough tournaments to qualify for the state tournament.
Now, do you play anything but tournaments?
Not anymore. We used to have pool play and 9-hole matches. And now it's all tournament play. It's all moved that way because of the PGA Tour and college golf.
Well, and two, I've seen track move that way. We used to have a track meet on Tuesday, and then we'd have invitational on the weekend.
Right.
And now it's, if you don't go to the invitational, you're not going anywhere.
Right. That's the way golf has gotten. I remember we used to have early on the 9-hole pool play here in TPS.
Oh yeah.
And some of the programs have had a hard time keeping enough golfers to form teams. Golf has gotten so expensive. Thank God for Janice and the First Tee and what they've been able to do for us, especially as a new program.
That's the thing that kills me about youth sports today. I've seen baseball go high dollar. I've seen softball go high dollar. Football hadn't. But now these 7-on-7 leagues are incredible. My former catcher from Cameron University's got a grandson, and he's in a 7-on-7 team. They practice in Durant. He lives in Lawton.
Oh, wow. That's quite a drive.
He's been to Tulsa twice. He's been to Nashville once, Little Rock once, and last weekend, they were in Portland, Oregon.
It's a major financial commitment.
Not every kid can do that.
Well, that's the way the basketball's gotten.
Yeah.
I currently have a player that's driving to Dallas, every weekend for practice. So it's tough.
Yeah, it is, and it eliminates some kids that should not be eliminated. And hopefully, the high school programs can meet that need. To a point where if a kid needs to be seen, he can be seen, or she can be seen. So, what as you look forward to next year, how's your basketball team going to be?
It's a great time to be at East Central. We had a group of guys this year that were able to make it to the area tournament, first time in 6 years, and we've got some good kids returning. And so the basketball part of it looks really promising. The golf, just trying to start this new program and move it forward with some younger players. So I find it an exciting time at East Central.
How are your numbers?
For basketball, for golf? Golf, our numbers have been pretty good, actually. Basketball, we've gotten good numbers. The kids want to play.
Yeah.
And I see the excitement out of the kids at East Central with some coaches coming in that really they feel like can change things for them.
Want to help them. I think that's the big thing. A coach needs to be able to be somebody who can help them move on and grow not only athletically but academically as well. Well, Michael, thanks for being here today.
Thank you, Gil.
Good luck on the regional, and when we come back, we'll have Drew Hale, the girls golf coach at East Central.
Hey, Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is looking to defend their title against aluminum and steel cans.
Bob, most people think of the kitchen for this opponent, but aluminum and steel cans, like empty shaving cream cans, also play extremely well in bathrooms all over Tulsa. That was nothing but bin, Bob.
Wow, right into the bin. Team Johnson has buttoned up another win. Score big by recycling your aluminum and steel cans. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Booker T. Washington has taught me to carry myself with class as an athlete, student, and friend, and to have responsibility on and off the field, and that it's the littlest things that will make all the difference in the long run.
Being an athlete at Memorial High School has taught me to be a better person
because when you play sports, attitude is the main thing you have to deal with. Not just your own, but other people's. It also teaches you to be the bigger person.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. And our guest now is the head girls golf coach at East Central High School, Drew Hale. Drew, I know you've been around volleyball and basketball.
Yep.
How long have you coached golf?
This is my first year.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I play a lot of golf.
A rookie.
Yeah, I play a lot of golf, but I'm really new to like the golf coaching world and how it works and stuff like that.
Well, how have you found that to be?
It's good. I like it. I mean, I know a lot of, I've seen a lot of familiar faces out there, a lot of volleyball coaches on the golf course. So,
what's your practice course?
Mohawk.
Mohawk,
yeah. We went through the first tee to get our kids' clubs and things like that, and then go out and hit balls for free and all that stuff.
Yeah, the first tee has done a great job with that program.
Yeah, she's
I was
great.
on that board of directors, and Janice, when I saw everything that she did, and that she was a Hale graduate, and she was a successful pro golf on the LPGA. Yeah,
I did not know that.
Played 11 years.
Oh, wow.
And I went back to the Hall of Fame committee, and I said, she's got to go in. My goodness, she was the only girl that wanted to play at Hale, so she played on the boys team. And then she played golf at OSU.
Okay.
So she's quite well known in the golf circle, but she's a good lady.
Mm-hmm.
So you've not actually logged in 1 year yet.
Not in golf, no.
There you go. How many years have you been at East Central?
I've been there for 15 years.
15 years.
15
Was that your
years.
first job?
No, I taught at Broken Arrow for 1 year. I'm from Broken Arrow.
Oh,
played basketball there, but I went to EC with Coach Wallace, who's at BA now, and that's how I got to EC, and I've been there ever since.
Well, as you look at golf today, and you played, so you have a little bit of background knowledge.
For sure.
How much has it changed as far as the actual game itself, and then dealing with the kids?
Well, what I've noticed, I was doing the girls tournament, because we hosted a girls tournament, and just watching the girls and then my girls, a lot of them are pretty new to the game. So that's the one thing I've noticed about a lot of these high school girls golfers. They all are new golfers. The other day when we played it in the Coweta tournament, one of my kids played with a couple girls that were brand new as well. So they all just kind of had fun just knocking the ball down.
Shot there 127?
Yeah, just shot there 127, and we kept it moving now.
Well, I can tell you a good golf story.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. When I took the job at Upper Iowa as the director of intercollegiate athletics, they were in dire straits. They were trying to run 19 sports, and they didn't have enough enrollment to do that. There wasn't enough interest in as many of the women's sports as the men's sports, which is typical in college. And so I'm at work one day, and they're having the women's fall golf championship because in that league, the Iowa League, they played women in the fall and the men in the spring.
Oh, okay.
They usually had one coach.
Right.
And the conference commissioner calls me, and he said, do you know the level of golfer you've sent to us? And I said, I really don't. I've only been here about 4 weeks, so I really don't even know the kids.
Right.
And he said, well, in this one group, one of your girls wanted to tee off on a par 3 with a putter. I said, well, we have a learning process that we're going through over
right.
here. And
that's what we're definitely going through for sure.
Yeah, it's difficult if you don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, but sometimes the kids catch fire
for sure,
and they want to play.
Yeah, that's the group of kids I have enjoyed like learning how to play and stuff. They never played before at all, so they've enjoyed like learning the game and figuring it out and stuff.
Being able to get that equipment from First Tee is really good.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't have been able to do it if Janice didn't have clubs for us.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, as you look at the future of golf at East Central, what do you think?
Well, I think next year we'll definitely, now that we have clubs, we can practice more. You know, we can get a more of a set schedule, and then, you know, definitely play in more tournaments and things like that, because we didn't even get clubs till like the second week of March. But, you know, because you know, basketball season, and then, you know, so. But next year we'll definitely look to have like a full group and play in as many tournaments as we can.
Good.
Just got to have money to pay for them.
That's the key. It always comes down to money. That's how it always is. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Putting that program
For sure.
together again.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll have you back next year with success.
Let's hope.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
When we come back, we'll have Kirk Baker, the head golf coach at Webster High School.
Hey, Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is facing off against one tough competitor, glass.
That's right. Only glass bottles and jars are recyclable. Don't even think about sinking a drink in glass or mirror. Always good to empty your glass bottles and jars before recycling.
These two get it, emptying both bottles from far out, and they remove the lids. Score big by recycling your glass bottles and jars. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Edison High School has taught me to work as a team rather than as an individual. Whenever you're on a team, you have a special bond with each other. You know you can rely on them in a time of need, whether on or off the court. Whether it be a shoulder to cry on or advice on how you can improve, you know your team will always be there for you.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics, and our guest today is Kirk Baker, the golf coach at Webster. Restarted the golf program.
A restarted program.
Boys and girls?
Both, yes.
That's excellent. That's excellent. How long have you been in coaching?
Just of everything, just 32nd year.
32nd year, good.
But golf here at Webster is our 3rd year since we brought that back.
I see. Starting the program really from scratch because it was dead. How difficult has that been?
If it was just me, it would have been extremely difficult, but I got hooked up with Janice Gibson at First Tee. I think thanks to you, actually.
Yeah.
And she is kind of, every one of our students that goes out there gets free golf clubs. I'm gonna have to say, of our 8 kids, they're all playing better golf clubs than I play at my own house. They have nice clubs, and First Tee takes care of them. And then we have 3 PGA pros that work out there. So there's days, if we only take 3 boys, each of those kids is getting their own PGA pro and instruction straight from them. So it's been nice.
That First Tee program is really a good program.
It's amazing. And like last year when we had the Live Tour here and the PGA, thanks to Janice, we got to go to both those tournaments and take the kids out there.
Yeah.
It was nice.
When we decided to get involved with that, they put me on the board. So I knew the intricate runnings of the fundraising and everything that we did, but I always liked what she did because it was education based.
Correct.
You know, they had the ACT prep and SAT prep and all that, which is I think critical to whenever you have a situation in athletics. You know, that's the first thing they want to cut.
Right.
If we've got to cut, that's not essential. Well, of course, I believe it is essential for 51 years, but you know, I think that if you can have it education-based, it's pretty hard to argue against that.
Right, and they still do the ACT test prep. Our kids went to that, and they still teach less. Like, it's not just how to chip or putt or hit. They do a little lesson every day, a positive message and a lesson about life. So it's been wonderful for Webster. It's helped us out a lot. Helped me out a lot. Makes me look way better than I am. I promise you.
Let's talk about a daily routine. Say you're going to a tournament, and I know most of the high school tournaments are on Monday and Tuesday, because that's when the courses are closed. And some of the private courses are closed. What's your day like? Getting ready Sunday and then Monday and Tuesday.
Sunday, I hand it over to my wife, and she takes care of getting all the goodie bags and snacks and everything ready to go. But as far as our kids go, yeah, our kids show up early. We eat a good breakfast. We head to the golf course. But on a normal day, our kids, we leave school at 3:45, and once times changes a couple weeks ago, we don't come in until the sun sets.
Mm-hmm.
So we generally work on just your putting drills or pitching drills or sand trap drills, and then we always try to walk at least 5 or 6 holes a day. So we're trying to get as much golf in as we can. And thanks to First Tee, our kids, most schools have to pay a fee to go play it. Some places we don't have to. Our kids we get free green fees and free range balls every single day and year round, not just during golf season.
So you're getting ready to go to this tournament though. What as the coach, what do you do?
Oh, well, I make sure. Well, we actually use the I Wanna Maker app now. So now everything has to be put into this app. You have to seed your players. So, and for me personally, I go pick up the van at 6 o'clock in the morning from the bus center. Drive back here, usually pick up 1 or 2 kids because some of them can't get here that early in the morning. I run a little bus route. Then we get here and have breakfast. And then I drive to the tournament. At the tournament, I try to move around and work with every kid on their shots, help them out. And then after the end of the day, I drive back, same thing the next day. So,
I was chairman of the NCAA Division II Women's Golf Committee when I was at Arkansas Tech. And we're having the national championship in Florida. And, you can't have anybody but the coach talk to the player.
Right.
Well, I drive up on a hole, and there's this mother on the green with her daughter, and she's snapping pictures and everything. And I go out there and say, ma'am, you cannot be out here. Oh, yeah. That's my daughter. I said, ma'am, you can't be out here. She said, why? I said, because that would be extra coaching and you can't do that. She just didn't understand it. So I put her in the cart and took her 30 yards away, which was the rule. And I said, now don't you get any closer, because if I come back here, I'm going to take you to the front gate.
We had a problem at the state tournament last year. 2 parents were they were using coded messages. It was pretty genius, but one of the coaches caught on to it, and those parents, they just said that we escorted them out. But yeah, it still happens.
It's great. It's great for them to be that involved, but it's hard. It's hard. Well, Kirk, good luck as you build this program up.
Thank you.
And I hope you can get through your regional.
We do too.
When we come back, we'll have Eli Brown, the head golf coach at Booker T.
Hey Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is looking to defend their title against aluminum and steel cans.
Bob, most people think of the kitchen for this opponent, but aluminum and steel cans, like empty shaving cream cans, also play extremely well in bathrooms all over Tulsa. That was nothing but bin, Bob.
Wow, right into the bin. Team Johnson has buttoned up another win. Score big by recycling your aluminum and steel cans. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
I feel like athletics is so important at Tulsa Central because it's an outlet for some of our kids there. They get a better opportunity to basically give back to our community.
At McLean, the sports is what mainly drives a bunch of the students to come to school every single day and work hard because they want to be able to come from the classroom to the field or the court and show at what they're good at.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics, and now we have the head golf coach at Booker T, Eli Brown. Eli, right from basketball to golf.
It doesn't stop.
Never
Full
stop.
slate, full slate.
So, how long have you coached golf?
This is my 4th year coaching golf. Yeah, and I love it. It's a fun release right after the basketball season, and so it gives me time to kind of go back over the season, but also relax a little bit and work with some kids and doing something outdoors, which is just a change of pace.
Sure.
So it's been good for me.
That's good. You have good numbers?
Yeah, well, our girls is getting better and better in terms of the numbers. We will have, I think it was 2 Carver girls got in who play golf. So right now we have 3 girls, and we just picked up one, so we have 4. and we'll have 2 more coming in next year. So that'll give us 6 girls. And our boys, we have 7 boys right now playing.
Good. So you can go play those tournaments and
all
that kind of stuff. Do you play any individual matches? Everything tournament these days?
Everything's tournaments. Now, our girls end up going as individuals because they don't have enough to field a team. But for the boys, it's usually the team and then those 2 individuals playing individually. But most of the time, it's just tournament play.
Your scheduling, where do you practice?
At Mohawk. We practice at Mohawk with the first tee.
Yeah.
Janice Gibson and her staff has graciously helped our kids, and there's other schools there as well. So it's a good setup.
Yeah, it's good. It is neat to have the first tee out there.
Right.
She's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a TPS grad.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
TPS Hall of Famer.
Oh, okay. I knew I liked her.
She played on the LPGA tour for 7 years.
Yep.
And at OSU.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Nice.
And when she was at Hale, she played on the boys team because they didn't have girls golf.
Wow.
They didn't have girls athletics.
Wow.
See,
impressive.
Yeah, we didn't have any girls athletics in Tulsa until about 76, 77.
I didn't know that.
Oh, no. I was at Union during that period, and I can remember Tom Hurst. You remember Tom Hurst? He was the head coach, basketball coach at Rogers and the AD. And I remember sitting at Buck's Sporting Goods one Saturday morning.
Bucks.
And Doug Duggar and 2 or 3 other ADs were in there, and they were kind of complaining about this Title IX. We got to put Title IX in, and everything. Tom was an East Texas boy, and he's really that East Texas drawl. He said, "Boys, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when."
Yeah, yeah.
So it happened.
Tulsa,
but
I didn't know that.
And it was a good thing. It was a really good thing.
Good.
There were sporadic. I think Central had some back in the day. Booker T had some back in the day. But as far as the district having girls athletics, they didn't have any.
They didn't have any. Wow.
Anyhow, as you look at the future of your golf program, you feel good about it?
Feel good about it. I think our boys have gotten better each year that I've been there, and our girls the same. And now that the word is kind of getting out that we are trying to really have a legitimate golf program, we're trying to raise some money and get some things for our kids in terms of practicing and golf simulators and stuff like that. So I feel good about the direction it's headed.
Are you aware of the OSSA losing their lawsuit with the private schools?
I just heard a little bit of that this morning. It's gonna be I'm curious to see.
It's bumping people up.
What's going to happen? Yeah,
it's going to be bumping them down. And I know I talked to my son this morning, and he's always got it figured. They're 32, and he said, we don't have it. We have 5A enrollment. We don't have 6A enrollment.
Yeah,
but that's kind of how it is because they had those other schools moved up.
Yeah,
and it wasn't discriminatory, I didn't think, because it was anybody who 3 years in a row went to the state. But
so your son already thinks he's at ADM 32, huh?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I don't know what Booker T will be at.
I don't know.
It's they've already done their scheduling in football and baseball and soccer and all that, and all that's out the window. Wow. By the court order. So anyhow, it's one of those tough things.
Wow.
As you look at, we can go back to basketball a little bit. How did you enjoy that season?
It was good. Hate the way it ended. 3 points shy away from a state championship, but we really enjoyed the season. It was a fun season, fun ride, fun group of kids, fun group of parents, and so there was a lot of buzz, no pun intended, around the Hornets.
Oh, yeah.
And we enjoyed it, girls and boys, and we hope to have something similar next year.
Are you going to have some kids that are able to play on?
Well, I didn't have any seniors.
No, that's right.
So I bring everybody back. So
you could play in 6A.
Yeah, yeah, we could. We don't. I don't know if we want to.
Don't want to, right?
But we could.
Well, I thought you had a great bunch, and you spoke very well for TPS and for Booker T.
Thank you.
Well, we'll have you back in the next season, obviously, because you'll be back there with all those kids as seniors.
Yep.
And when we come back, we'll have William Coleman, the new athletic director at Hale High School.
Hey, Tulsa, we have a crushing recycle play of the day for you. Team Johnson versus paper and cardboard.
They're starting off slow today, probably trying to figure out what to do with those styrofoam plates, since they're not recyclable.
There's the big play we were waiting for. Boom! Completely empty cardboard boxes dunked in the cart. Score big by recycling your cardboard and paper. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
I love Will Rogers Athletics because it helped me physically, spiritually, and emotionally through all the journeys I've been through at that school. All of the support staff helped me a lot, and it's just an amazing school.
Athletics at Will Rogers changed my life because it became a second family. With the support of my coaches and teammates, it's helped me gain confidence, work as a team, and will help me in college and in life.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics, and our guest now is the new athletic director at Nathan Hale High School, William Coleman. William, welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You learn a lot that first year, don't you?
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely.
What's the biggest challenge you have as a first year AD?
My biggest challenge I had as my first year is dealing with the large athletic department with having 10 sports, about 15 teams, is bringing all the coaches together for one vision.
That is difficult, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The emphasis there is always important. It's important to have a good principal. Mm-hmm. And I think Sheila's pretty good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's Dr. Riley's very supportive. She wants to be in the know of everything. Her communication with me and the athletic department, she does a very fine job with. So.
Well, she was an athlete.
Yep.
At Broken Arrow.
She lets you know that.
Oh yeah. And it's always good when they have somebody that has a background that you report to. You know, it's as you look at some of the big things you got going. Let's talk about that new facility.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, currently they have roped off our parking lot, so they broke ground. They're tearing up the tennis court right now. They gave us a timeline of October 2025, and we're very excited about what the opportunities it brings for our school.
Go through what's going to be involved with that.
Skip one more time.
Go through what buildings and what areas of you can use for different sports.
Okay, so it's going to be a soccer complex. So for one, our soccer team will be able to practice in there year round, and really all sports when it's inclement weather, especially football season. We know nowadays we're getting the ozone alert for multiple days at a time, and we happen to practice either before sunrise or when sun sets, and so it's giving us opportunity to have another facility. And also it gives us opportunity to make money for our programs. So we're able to host indoor soccer leagues, which is good for our community. Like I say, it gives us opportunity to bring a little funds in.
Sure. You also have a new basketball practice court.
Yep. So they have an auxiliary gym in there also. So it gives us opportunity to spread our sports out, because once volleyball is in, that cuts down a gym for the boys and girls basketball. So it gives us space, gives us opportunity. Also, we host a wrestling tournament every other year. We hosted the Ray Murphy tournament this year, and it gives us more space to have tournaments.
Sure. And more dressing rooms too.
More dressing rooms, more coaching offices, also a hospitality room, having all the bells and whistles that the other gyms have.
That's really nice. That's good. there was a little bit of angst about not getting a new gym when all that was going down. And I had to convince Dr. Riley that this was one of a kind. I said, you've got the only one in town.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's good to have the only one.
Yep, absolutely, and that's why I think it's a game changer. Like I said, we'll be able to host indoor soccer leagues, and our boys soccer is doing very well. They're 4-0 in district play right now, and so we do have utilization for it. You know, especially with our school dominating in male soccer.
Oh man, yeah, that'd be great. The being able to practice inside
yep.
Is as big as anything. You know, get to the spring of the season, and if it's raining, baseball can come in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, track can come in. I mean, anybody can come in and use it. But and in the fall, the football thing was always a issue.
Yeah. Then also, I mean, it also gives the district. Because just like this past August when we had to adjust the times due to ozone alert, heat index, it gives the district other schools opportunity to come in and practice during the day to utilize it. So I mean, yes, it's Nathan Hale facility, but also other TPS schools will be able to utilize it also in need of situations like that.
That is great because you know the bad weather. Seems like it's been a little bit worse in the last couple of years. Those days that you missed practice. Well, tell me the most important thing that you have learned your first year.
My most important thing I've learned this year, well, one of the most difficult tasks was managing the wrestling tournament we had in January, where we had probably about like 20-25 schools out. So being detailed, organized, and building up your contacts, your repertoire of people, because you're going to need people in this line of work, you know. And major shout out to the schools that helped me out with the tournament, because hosting a wrestling tournament is very difficult. And so being organized and being very detailed is one thing I learned this year.
It's a wrestling tournament is pretty tough.
Yes, it is.
Well, thanks for being here. I'm sure we'll have you back, and good luck next year.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We'll be right back with Antwain Jimmerson.
Hey Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is facing off against a tough competitor, plastic.
Don't trust those numbers on the bottom. You have to stick to what you know. Only bottles and jugs found in the kitchen, bath, or laundry. They're quick to pick up. And empty those bottles before sinking that shot.
Always empty your bottles before recycling. Score big by recycling your plastic bottles and jugs. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Edison High School has taught me to work as a team rather than as an individual. Whenever you're on a team, you have a special bond with each other. You know you can rely on them in a time of need, whether on or off the court. Whether it be a shoulder to cry on or advice on how you can improve, you know your team will always be there for you.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Our guest today is the new head football coach at East Central, Antwain Jimmerson. And Antwain was in the district before, and he came back, and we're glad you're back.
Thanks, Coach. It's great to get back. I definitely consider Tulsa home, and that after spending the last 14 years in Texas, you know, it's been great to get back. And me and my wife was just talking about it here recently, just how we've been well received. So definitely excited to be on with you today.
Well, Tulsa is home.
Yes.
You know, I was at Northeastern for 6 and Arkansas Tech for 2 and Upper Iowa for 8. And but we knew where we were going to end up. We were going to end up right back here. And so it's good to be back. I think it's a good place for you. And it's a good place for us to have you. As you look at your history, where have you been the last 14 years?
Well, when I left Tulsa, I went to Dallas, So I was in Dallas for 5 years. And then I was at Jimmerson High School in East Texas for 9 years, and had the opportunity to come back. And, people ask me, when you get back, like, why East Central? And you start thinking about not only the relationships, but, Ricky Broner, AD over there, our principal, Dina Wilson, and the people on staff, just the relationships, so East Central was obvious, when you start thinking about those people, talking to them, and, they welcome myself and my wife, and we're excited to work with them. And, we laugh and we work and we grind, so it's been a great time.
Well, hopefully you're not crying too much now. It's not in the season.
Just grinding, trying to get the program better.
There you go.
So we're definitely excited.
When you come into a program and it's been down in your building, what are your first 3 priorities to accomplish?
Well, from the first day I entered the building, the first thing we wanted to do was just change the perception of our field house. I spent about a week and a half cleaning the building. So when kids came in the building, they're like, things are different.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, I really care about how things look. And, I think that was the one thing that the kids could see from the start, how important that was to me. And then just start focusing on the kids, the day-to-day, not even talking about football, not even talking about them as players. It's like, how can I help you be a better person? And give you all the tools that you need to be successful. And then I think as a coach, you got to be accessible. From early morning calls to late night calls to, and Coach Parish could tell you, from the time I got there, I hadn't missed a basketball game, go to soccer games, just being there for where kids can see you and you encouraging them, where everything is important. There's no task that I won't do. Miss Wilson knows she can call me at any time if she need me to do something. I'm willing to do it. Sure. Anything to push our school forward.
I think you have to be that way. I think supporting. I always used to tell our coaches, now we expect other people to support us, but we won't support our own coaches. What do you mean? That's ridiculous. And so I think that's really important for the staff to build that camaraderie, which ultimately builds winning because everybody feels good about it.
Yes, and our kids can see it, and we're a group of coaches that we want kids involved in other sports.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure everybody has that, and that's something we have on our campus. We encourage it. We not only encourage it with our mouths, it's like kids can see us. Mm-hmm. They see us at games. They see us cheering for them, so they know that we're behind them. And they can see us interact with each other, and they know we're pulling the same rope. We're pulling the same direction.
That's good. That's a have to do. How has the change been accepted by the school community? Not necessarily just the athletes, but the school community.
Been wonderful. Been very wonderful. Just I'm going to be living Southeast Tulsa. So I'm in the community. And we have parents that, they come and get their kids late, so you get a chance to get some one-on-ones, mm-hmm. which been really great. And our principal has done some community outreach, and I've been there for those, so those, it's been really, really great. I think people just, they want to feel like you care about their child, number mm-hmm. one, beyond coaching a game, do you care about my kid? Do you care what's best for them? And now parents know, not that, we had guys there that were doing a good job. And I think sometimes things can get stale,
Yeah.
Maybe, just get somebody in there, just give it another nudge, to push
Sure.
it forward. And, we've had some good coaches there. In fact, some of the guys that are there are going to stay on staff.
Good.
We're excited about those guys. And those guys are kind of rejuvenated, where they know I'm happy to have them. They know the kids and even the new guys that I'm bringing in, they're starting to be there when they can, and they're able to work with the kids as well. But just like I said, just being available, being accessible, just getting out and just talking to people. And talking to people has never been a problem of mine.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that's good.
it's been good.
You are fortunate to have spring ball, so you'll have a chance to really see what they can do in those kind of skills and drills. So what do you look at this year for your season? What do you think?
Well, I know we feel like we've gotten better already, because came in with a plan. We came in and tested the kids to just see where they were, like strength-wise and speed-wise, and really just focus on individual development. We spent a lot of time just trying to get them stronger and faster. And now as we get a little bit closer to spring football, we're trying to work on more functional movement, getting them out running a little bit more, getting them ready to actually play the game. So now we're spending a lot more time outside, and the kids are excited about it. And we know it's going to become a time where, the guy across from you is going to hit you in the mouth.
Yeah.
How are we going to respond?
Well, you got pretty good facilities.
Great facilities.
Pretty good facilities.
Like you and I was talking earlier. I've been around the district, different facilities, and we just want to thank TPS for what they built there at Eastside. It's a nice facility.
It's a nice facility. Well, Coach, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're back. Good luck.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll have you back on in the fall when we get started again.
Thanks, Coach.
Come back in a moment with after these messages.
Hey, Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is facing off against one tough competitor, glass.
That's right. Only glass bottles and jars are recyclable. Don't even think about sinking a drink in glass or mirror. Always good to empty your glass bottles and jars before recycling.
These two get it, emptying both bottles from far out, and they remove the lids. Score big by recycling your glass bottles and jars. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Booker T. Washington has taught me to carry myself with class as an athlete, student, and friend, and to have responsibility on and off the field, and that it's the littlest things that will make all the difference in the long run.
Being an athlete at Memorial High School has taught me to be a better person, because when you play sports, attitude is the main thing you have to deal with, not just your own, but other people's. It also teaches you to be the bigger person.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. We had our spring sports season is just about coming to a conclusion. 3 weeks and we'll be in regional play in all of the sports that we have. As soon as the last state track meet is finished, the spring football may begin in Oklahoma. With 5 new football coaches, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of changes in our football programming. As we finish this school year, please remind yourself to support TPS Athletics. We'll see you in 2 weeks with another episode of Inside Tulsa Athletics.